Brock Purdy asserts dominance and expands MVP aspirations, while the 49ers secure their 5th consecutive victory. Deebo Samuel firmly supporting his quarterback. In a masterful performance during Week 14 at Levi's Stadium, Brock Purdy continued to build his case for the coveted NFL Most Valuable Player award in 2023. The San Francisco 49ers, with a record of 10-3, achieved their 5th consecutive victory by defeating the Seattle Seahawks 28-16. Purdy's brilliant display included an impressive personal record of 368 yards, completing 19 of 27 passes with 2 touchdowns, and a staggering passer rating of 122.1. This triumph not only reaffirmed the 49ers' position as leaders in the NFC West, but also solidified Purdy's MVP candidacy in the late stages of the regular season. On NBC Sports Bay Area's 49ers post-game live, star receiver and Purdy's primary ally on the field, Deebo Samuel, praised his quarterback's tireless attitude. "The things I see him do week after week, the amount of stuff Coach Kyle Shanahan is throwing at him week after week, Brock never complains. He just goes out and makes the most of every opportunity he gets." Throughout the 2023 NFL season, Purdy has maintained an extraordinary level of consistency, completing an impressive 70.2% of his 359 pass attempts, totaling 3,553 yards and 25 touchdowns in 13 games. The lethal connection between Purdy and Samuel has led to 62 receptions for 739 yards and 4 touchdowns. The victory over the Seahawks not only highlighted Purdy's ability to distribute the ball, but also showcased the depth of the 49ers' offensive arsenal. In addition to Samuel, players like George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Christian McCaffrey contributed to an impressive total of 505 yards from the line of scrimmage. In a post-game interview, Purdy emphasized the strength of the 49ers' offense, stating, "I'm part of a special group. Any of our guys, any of our eligible receivers, you give them the ball in their hands, and then they do the rest." News of Purdy's ascent to the MVP debate has been slow but steady. His journey from being the last pick in the 2022 draft, with a dishonorable title of Mr. Irrelevant, to becoming an MVP contender has captured the attention of fans and experts. This latest victory over the Seahawks further solidified his position in the MVP conversation. But Purdy's story goes beyond single-game statistics. Prominent analyst Chris Broussard pointed out key statistics favoring Purdy compared to other standout quarterbacks like Dak Prescott. His passer rating of 116.9, which would rank 8th in NFL history, and his 9.9 yards per attempt, the highest since 1956, are just a few of the impressive metrics supporting his MVP candidacy. Moreover, Purdy has demonstrated exceptional control over the offense in his 17 combined starts, completing 69.7% of his passes for 4,283 yards and 34 touchdowns. These numbers project Purdy to break the 49ers single-season passing yards record, surpassing the mark set by Jeff Garcia in 2000. While other quarterbacks like Prescott, Mahomes, and Allen have had impressive seasons, Purdy's impact on his team and the league as a whole sets him apart. He is the spark that ignited the fire, the leader who turned skeptics into believers. He directs the 49ers offense with precision, and they are on track to become the hottest team in the NFL. Purdy's story is a narrative of wealth and success. From the last player selected in the draft to an MVP candidate in 2 seasons. His rise is almost incomprehensible, but his impactful story has resonated as a modern-day tale of Rocky Balboa, capturing the imagination of fans worldwide. As the regular season comes to an end, the 49ers, led by Purdy, are positioned for a deep playoff run, and the MVP aspirations of their quarterback gain momentum with each impressive performance. San Francisco 49ers secure historic 5th consecutive victory against the Seattle Seahawks. Injuries to Ward and Hargrave raised concerns. In a historic matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, the San Francisco 49ers emerged victorious, securing their 5th consecutive win against division rivals for the first time in franchise history. The 49ers now boast an impressive record of 10-3 as they continue to solidify their playoff position. However, the game was far from easy for the 49ers, who faced a resilient and determined Seahawks team. Despite not playing their best football, the 49ers managed to maintain their dominance over the Seahawks, with the victory marking the first time Pete Carroll has suffered a 4-game losing streak in his coaching career with Seattle. The victory was not without challenges, as injuries to key players raised concerns for the 49ers. Quarterback Charvarius Ward left the game early with a groin injury, and defensive lineman Javon Hargrave did not return after suffering a hamstring injury. Both players were labeled as questionable, leaving the 49ers with potential gaps to fill as they prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals next week. Quarterback Brock Purdy showcased his accuracy on deep passes and his ability to make explosive plays, dispelling any notion that he relies solely on short passes. His impressive performance included 368 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, further establishing himself as a legitimate MVP candidate. The offensive unit, despite a somewhat slow start, demonstrated its explosive potential with standout performances from key players. Christian McCaffrey's 145 rushing yards and Deebo Samuel's 3 touchdowns, including a spectacular 54-yard reception, highlighted the offensive firepower at the disposal of the 49ers. Despite concerns about turnovers, with Brandon Ayuk involved in both interceptions, the 49ers managed to overcome these challenges and secure a 12-point victory. The defense, standout throughout the 5-game winning streak, forced 2 turnovers and limited the Seahawks to less than 6 yards per play. The depth of the 49ers' defensive line was evident as they handled themselves well without key players like Arik Armstead. Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, and others stepped up to ensure that the offensive threats of the Seahawks were contained. Looking ahead, the 49ers face a critical stage in the remaining 4 games of the regular season. With a record of 10-3, they are in a strong position for the playoffs, holding tiebreakers over the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. However, the impending injuries to Ward and Hargrave could impact the team's defensive strength, raising questions about lineup decisions for the upcoming matchup with the Arizona Cardinals. As the 49ers navigate these challenges, the team's resilience and ability to overcome adversity will be tested in the pursuit of a deep playoff run. Fans eagerly await the team's response as they prepare for the final stretch of the regular season and beyond. The question of the day is, do you believe Brock Purdy has what it takes to win the NFL Most Valuable Player (MVP) award in 2023? Or do you think there are other contenders who could surpass him? Additionally, injuries to Charvarius Ward and Javon Hargrave are cause for concern for the 49ers. How do you think these injuries could affect the team's performance in the upcoming games? What lineup decisions would you suggest to face the Arizona Cardinals? For more news and updates on the 49ers, follow our channel, The 49ers Zone. And as always, feel free to share your opinions and thoughts in the comments section below.